For most of us, living in and around Carthage means being able to live a healthy and happy life, connected with friends and family. We find peace, comfort, and security here. Others in our community are less fortunate. Some struggle with mental and physical disabilities. Many are simply trying to get back on their feet. Carthage Area United Way enables us to reach out to others less fortunate and make a difference in our own community. Our focus is on education, financial stability, and health, because these are the building blocks for a good quality of life. Let's take a look at a few examples of how your contribution to United Way will help folks in and around Carthage. Special Olympics Missouri develops physical fitness in children and adults with developmental disabilities through training in year-round sports and an annual competition of Olympic-related events. Participating in Special Olympics is more than fitness. It builds lasting courage and confidence in athletes and provides a place where every person, despite their limitations, is accepted and appreciated.
With Special Olympics, they're out there trying, doing their best, making smiles, making people happy, and trying.
The way they treated the athletes, it was amazing. I mean, you felt like you were at the real Olympics, the World Games.
The expressions on the athletes' faces when they're competing and after they've competed and when they're getting medals, it says it all. And so the support is greatly needed to keep this an ongoing thing. It would just be a real tragedy if it ever had to stop.
Children's Haven provides free, temporary housing to children whose families are experiencing a crisis. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Children's Haven protects our community's children from abuse and neglect while keeping families together. Children are cared for by dedicated, trained staff members, provided nutritious meals and medical care, and are able to continue school.
Our house was in a tornado on May 22nd, and when we came back for moving the rest of our stuff from St. Joseph, Missouri to here, we came back with no home, and we ended up in a tent. They do a really good job taking care of my children. So. If Children's Haven didn't exist, then my children would be in the care of the state, and I'd be fighting to get them back because I didn't have proper facilities for my children in a natural disaster crisis.
Families are struggling right now, and we need to be able to provide for their needs, and we couldn't do it without your support.
Cerebral Palsy of Tri-County, Missouri assists children ages 6 months to 5 years old who suffer from cerebral palsy and other developmental disabilities. Parents are able to work during the day while their children receive individualized physical and speech therapy and are prepared for school. The CP Center also helps families acquire specialized equipment for their children, such as wheelchairs, splints, or braces.
When Joseph was about 6 months old, I knew that developmentally there was something wrong. And then I was told by the therapist at the hospital of the CP Center and of First Steps and all the avenues that there were, because I didn't know anything about him.
He wasn't mobile, he wasn't walking or crawling or anything, and since then he's progressed into using the reverse walker. And when we started here, they got us set up with speech therapies. He started getting more physical therapy. We didn't have to work around our work schedules. They actually come here and do everything with him. They've helped us so much with getting the equipment. I wouldn't even know where to start trying to get everything. So it's been a blessing having them to help us. For him to be able to come here and do physical therapy, he's progressed so much with having all the extra equipment, and it's just an advantage for them.
I think it's very important to help anybody out, but especially kids like this, because there's no other avenues for them.
If you can all give, these children are so worth it.
Carthage Crisis Center helps families provide for their everyday needs: shelter, furniture, food, and employment when life circumstances make it difficult to do so. The Crisis Center serves to help people get back on the path of a successful life for themselves and their families.
I ain't know anybody up here. I mean, it wasn't so much as scared or afraid. It was just a new environment. I didn't know anyone. Only thing I had on my back was my shirt, my shorts, and my shoes. Then the police brought me here. I've been doing spot jobs, filling out applications and everything. So then I can eventually get my own place. Because that's what this is all about right here. Helping you get on your feet. This is just like a stepping stone. It helps you build your confidence, your character, and your place in society.
Brian Bisbee was the first person I met right out of jail, and went over and did an interview with him. He kind of told me the pros and cons of the place and the rules, and pretty much said, you're more than welcome to stay here. We'll help you get back on the right track if you're willing to help yourself, and then just don't break any of the rules. Basically, the Carthage Crisis Center was there, and the people that ran it, the Bisbees, were there when no one else was there for me. I was able to take the advice that was given to me and kind of apply it in today's society. Because without that, I could almost give you 100% that I wouldn't be traveling the path that I am today.
These people will help you. They don't look at your past. They want to see you go places. They want to see you get ahead instead of just stand behind like the rest of them.
Lafayette House is a 55-bed sanctuary for women, children, and families who are victims of domestic violence or struggle with addiction. Lafayette House promotes self-sufficiency through education and encouragement. Through counseling, social services, childcare, and other avenues of support, Lafayette House empowers and improves the quality of life for local women and their families.
If it wasn't for Lafayette House, I'd either be dead or I'd be spending the rest of my life in prison, or just living on the streets like I was. I mean, that's all I knew. They never told me no. They never told me to shut the doors on me. They never said, you've been here too many times, forget it. They were always there. They always helped, always. I'm a sociology major. I'm internshipping here right now as we speak, which is a dream come true for me, let me tell you. That was my dream when I was applying here. I live in an apartment complex that one of the CSS has helped me get residency in through one of the classes here. And I've been there I'm going on my third year there. It's the longest residency I've ever had. I own a car of my very own, and it's legal, and I'm a law-abiding citizen today. I even pay taxes.
Children's Mercy Hospitals and Clinics of Kansas City is the only state-of-the-art family-centered children's hospital located between St. Louis and Denver that provides care to children from birth to 18 years old. In 2010, Children's Mercy had nearly 5,000 visits from Jasper County children and provided $7.9 million in unreimbursed care to those families.
When Aubrey was born, she was born a beautiful baby girl. We were excited, thought everything was fine. Sadly, the next day we found out that there were some problems. Immediately told us that there was probably a possibility that she was facing some major surgeries in the near future. They also told us that most likely all that would be handled at Children's Mercy Hospital. Aubrey is now a healthy young little girl. She swims, she rides bikes, she runs with her brothers. There's not a day goes by that she's not out playing. She's done very well. I think it's real important that the people of the community do realize that this money does go for good, and that it can come right back here. It's like in our case, and day to day there are people in need, and if you're given to your community, it will be spent here on those people. They come around every year and hand out the cards. I fill it out because I think it's very important. There's a lot of programs that need our help, and everybody should give.
In addition to supporting everyday needs in our community, Carthage Area United Way and its agencies were among the earliest to respond to the May 22nd tornado recovery efforts, despite, in many cases, having their own resources depleted. The tornado affected over 150 Special Olympics Missouri athletes, claiming the lives of 3. The Special Olympics Missouri office was completely destroyed. But after 3 months, a new office was established, and Special Olympics began rebuilding their program from scratch. Carthage Crisis Center was called to aid Joplin the night of the storm. They supplied more than 9 different relief centers and shelters, as well as various individuals with truckloads of food and supplies, such as household goods, clothing, furniture, appliances, transportation, and manpower. Children's Mercy hospitals and clinics were on the scene within 12 hours of the tornado, dispatching 2 critical care transport teams and an emergency medicine physician with the Missouri Disaster Medical Assistance Team. And at least 6 pediatric patients from the Joplin area were sent to Children's Mercy for treatment. At least 40 Scout families lost everything in the May 22nd storm. In response, Ozark Trails Council provided the boys with new uniforms and books and paid their camp fees. They also helped resupply tents, trailers, and other camping supplies for these families. Events were held at Frank Childress Scout Reservation to help restore some normalcy for area families, and local scouts went to work serving in local donation centers.
Hello, I'm Greg Getzinger, Carthage Area United Way Campaign Chairman. Carthage Area United Way is among the most trusted and respected charitable organizations in our region. Our local volunteers work very hard to make sure people in need in our community are taken care of. As you've seen today, a small contribution makes a world of difference for someone in need. It provides help, hope, opportunity, and a chance for positive change in their life. Last year, our efforts reached over 25,000 people in need, but the work is not done. Everyone witnessed the devastating aftermath from the May 22nd tornado. We've all responded in a wonderful way, but tornado recovery will continue for years. We can be proud of our initial response, but let us not forget that people's lives have been torn apart, and many are still hurting and grieving, and will be for years to come. We need your support for area agencies we fund, now more than ever.
To give and help out, it'd be a great thing. And come and help and volunteer.
With every bit that comes in, we appreciate it, and it helps build a morality around here. And with that, we just thank you so very much.
This is not about meeting a goal. It is about meeting a need. Please join us in supporting area agencies. Make a commitment to Carthage Area United Way today.
Thank you a lot for supporting us, and we're looking forward to it again next time.
Take my